Hey friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Looks Party Favors by Nikki. I am Nikki, the creator behind this brand. And today, as you saw in the title and on the photos, we are going to be creating some graduation buttons made with Dollar Tree buttons. It is graduation season, y'all. So I'm trying to push these videos out as quickly as possible so that you can add items to your portfolio or create them for yourselves if your family has graduates, and of course be successful in your business. Okay, please note this is not a design tutorial. It's pretty intuitive. This is only an assembly tutorial. So first things first, this is what you'll need. You'll need these 5 by 5 inch buttons from the Dollar Tree. I purchased a couple of them because I'm going to be doing these for my niece's graduation. And that's the benefit of having a family member or a friend who, who's about to graduate. These items are not going to go to waste. So the fans that I did, the magnets, the chapsticks, if you follow me on Instagram, I did, chapsticks and hand sanitizer as well. It's for my family, for my niece. So it's actually going to be used. So I grabbed some buttons today, and you'll need printouts. So again, you'll need to create a 5 by 5 printout for the button, and the back, you don't have to do this, but if you want to be extra, especially if you are planning to sell these, I would recommend that you change the back to match the button. And the background is 6 inches by 8 inches. Okay. And I did cut these out with my Cricut. It's completely unnecessary, but I find that the Cricut gives me a precise cut. The measurements are always on point because sometimes I have the Epson Tank 2800, and sometimes when I go to print, the Epson, it reduces the size. Even if I print it in PDF, it's just like, listen, I don't have time to be dealing with that. I just uploaded everything in my Cricut and just resized it and let it do its thing. For the design, so I designed this in Canva, and essentially what I did was I found the circle. If you go to Elements and you search for the circle frame or the circle photo frame, it's going to give you just like a blank circle where you can drag and drop items. And so that's what I did with here. I just dragged and dropped items like the background, and then I found some balloons. Make sure you lock the background so that it doesn't replace the background. That's how you layer. You have to lock the actual background. But I found the balloons, and then I took her actual image that I created for all of her designs, for a fan, for magnets, and then put that on there. I'm going to make 4 of these, one for her mother, one for my brother, which is her father, and the grandmas, my mom and her mom's mom. So I'm going to make 4 of these. And I did the same with this. I went to Elements. I searched for a square photo frame, and it gave you the drag and drop option, and then you can design it. For this piece, I went down about 0.9 inches. And then for this black piece, this is 1 inch. Just to kind of keep it similar, because I do want to add this little cutout here. And I have I have the actual, what do you call this, hole puncher, the European hole puncher that will give you this exact cutout. Let me get some paper so I can show you what it looks like. Okay, y'all, so here's some paper, and we got the hole puncher here, and it gives you that hole punch, just like the button. Okay. I'll link the items that I use. Again, it's not a lot of items that I'm going to be using, but I will be using this hole punch. I'm also thinking about using my corner cutter because I realized that I did the rectangle, and the rectangle is not rounded when I put it in Canva, but you can find the rounded rectangle in Canva, and you can avoid the step. But the back is rounded, so I might use my corner cutter just to make everything kind of match. But I'll link everything in my link tree, and then you just go to my link tree, and that shows you every single thing that I've used in my business. And for these items, I have everything sectioned off in my link tree, and you will go to, I think I have it as like hole punchers or something along those lines. All right, y'all, I think we covered all of the important stuff. Again, this is gonna be super quick, super simple, because we're just gonna go ahead and assemble this. I'm not designing it. I'm gonna bring you in close just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, of course, first things first, you're gonna go ahead and unclip the button from the back, and I just reclipped it so that I wouldn't cut myself on accident, because I'm accident prone, y'all. Okay, y'all, I quickly want to show you the paper that I use. I decided to use this koala vinyl sticker paper only because it gives a different look as opposed to the normal koala paper. As you can see, it's kind of like a shine, and it's more durable. It lasts longer, and most importantly, it leaves room for mistakes. So like if I make a mistake, I can easily, you know, replace or remove the sticker and then replace it. And I make lots of mistakes, y'all, but by the time my product is mailed, it is picture perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do the background first. And I'm going to peel down just a little piece of the side. Because remember when I was talking about mistakes? I am prone to them, and I have wasted many a paper because of it. So by just peeling back a little of the back end, if I make a mistake, I can easily just lift it up and fix it. Okay, I have to be pretty quiet because otherwise it's not going to line up perfect, and I don't want to redo this. Okay, now you're just going to smooth it over with your hand or one of those smoothers. Okay, so this is a little bent. That's why it's making my thing look bent. So you see we have a little bit of hangover, but it's not a lot of hangover here. So I'm just going to go in and cut off this little piece right here, this little bit of blue. So really just cut it along. I'm just cutting along this black line, and you know, you may not have this issue. Or maybe you can just bring the measurement up just a wee bit, but it's negligible. You can't even tell. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the button. All right, it's time for the button. Okay, so make sure it's aligned, because you're gonna wanna, even though, look at this. This thing looks crooked, but it is Dollar Tree, y'all, so. But align it to the best of your ability so that it's aligned with the happy birthday, and so that it so that when you put it back, it can fit in those little the back end, the little circles back there, little squares. I'm gonna do the same thing, just peel it down halfway. I don't know if I want to pick it up, lay it down. This is what happens when you are borderline perfectionist. And this is just for my niece, so just imagine how I am with my customers. It's got to be perfect because my name is on the line, y'all. And I want repeat customers. I want recommendations and references, all the things. Okay. And, okay, so, hold on. Perfect. But as you see, you have this blue situation going on. So you have a couple of ways to fix that. You can either spray paint the back, but I'm not going to do all that. Or you can probably take a vinyl that matches the design and place it on first and maybe fold it over a little bit. But I think it's fine because when they're wearing the button, you're not going to be able to see the back end. But if your school colors are blue, then that works out perfectly. But this, again, this is the only color button that the Dollar Tree had, or at least my Dollar Tree. So we're going to make it work. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and replace it on here. Okay, just take the pin off. You can see where the notches are right there and right there. So I'm just going to put it through the first one, see? And then what you gotta do is poke the other side through there. Where is it? Told you these buttons are a little janky. Hello, come on. Get through there. Get through that hole. Hold on. Let me slice it. Because I need this entire thing. Hello, there we go. It punctured. Ah. All right, and then you're just gonna seal it back. It doesn't have to look super perfect on the back, but if you want to make the back look all pretty, you can print out the print out a backing that looks similar to this, or I would actually probably just do a plain backing. But I'm not going to do this for this case. But for my customer, you know, if it wasn't my niece, I would probably make the back like all black. But the back end's going to get thrown away anyway. Okay, so now we're going to go to the embellishment. You can stop right here. You can. But I'm going to add the clip like this. And actually, this is where the back end is going to come in handy if you decide to use the clip, because unless you position it just right. Because I know if I decided to clip it, it will clip this part right here. So I'm going to have to bring it down a little bit, meaning that the back might look a little weird. It's not going to line perfectly. Okay, so I want it here so that it doesn't puncture my line, but you can move this depending on, you know, how big your paper is and where you want the actual hole. So like I said, it's not going to line up perfectly, but I'll try my best. But it's just not, just because of their placement and the placement of mine. See? Isn't that cute? That's cute, y'all. But I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. See? So this is where their hole punch was, right here. And this is the hole punch that I made. It's not a big deal, but if you cover this all in a solid color, for example, you're not going to see the hole punch that comes, you know, already on the back. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But for this purposes, it's fine. But it turned out so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. This is so stinking cute, y'all. All right, let's do our outro. Okay, y'all, this is actually perfect timing because I have to go pick up my son. It seems like when I'm doing these videos, it's like I'm always on just like a time crunch. I'm either on my online class, got to pick up my kids, got to get groceries. But anyway, I certainly hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. And this is the first time I made this, okay? I said this before, but a lot of my videos, I'm making it for the first time with you. So if there are mistakes, you know, you'll see them. If there are corrections that need to be made, I'll tell you. I'll say, don't do that. But this is the first time I made this. I think it turned out super, super cute. I hope that you found this helpful, turning this to this, and that you can take it into graduation season for you. I really love the way this turned out. It's so stinking cute. I am not sure if I'm going to offer this yet for sale, just because I don't like the difference in colors and the fact that this is all the Dollar Tree has, and I'm not going to spray paint it. I'm just not going to do that. It's just like extra work. No. But if I do offer it, I'll probably put a disclaimer and say, hey, the sides will be blue, just so that they know. I'll put that disclaimer up front, just to let you know the sides will be blue. So don't come for me. I don't know how much I would charge for it yet. I think at the Dollar Tree, it was like $1.50. So, you know, take all that into consideration when you guys are pricing it. You know, if you watch my pricing video, I usually take the base cost and multiply it by 3 if I don't already have a price for it. And then I'll go on Etsy and see what the going rate is. And then if those two numbers align, I know that I'm in a good place. Okay, y'all, if you haven't done so already, number one, hold on, let's run this back. I feel like I say, okay, y'all, okay, or y'all. I feel like I say that all the time. I do. I go through my videos, I'm like, ooh. Bear with me, okay? It is what it is. But if you haven't done so already, I would love for you to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on your notifications so that you know when I have another video. I'm trying to make sure that I'm consistent every Tuesday. I was doing my business strategy videos on Friday, but I haven't gotten a lot of traction. So I'm thinking of like making that like a subscription only or a members only type of situation, so that you know, those who sign up, they can, that's the audience, right? Because a lot of my audience is tutorials. It's not, hey, how do I grow my business? So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with that series. I want to continue it because I feel that it's helpful, but it's not getting, or the last two I didn't get a lot of traction. I got less than 100 views on both of them. And that was the pricing and the branding. So I have some other ideas, but more to follow. Okay, y'all, have a lovely day. Thanks so much for riding with me. If you haven't done so, go ahead and join the Luxe Craft Room as well on this is my Facebook group. We have like 300 followers. You can share your ideas, thoughts, tutorials. You can sell. We have I have what do you call it? Like throughout the week, we have different days. Like Monday, make it Monday, show us what you made. Sell it Tuesday, sell your items for whatever price. $1 Wednesday, etc. So go in and join the Luxe Craft Room. You can join my other social medias as well. We just have a good time all over the place. And I'm going to end this now before I continue to talk. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.